Continue recording. All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Welcome to the largest, fastest growing, and the most active large-scale Scrum community. Started historically in New York City, but has gone viral globally. Today we have our special guest, the regularly scheduled session. Now it's been lunch and learn time. Eastern Standard Time. We have a special guest from Kiev, Ukraine, Alexander Buratsky, and he's the professional coach, certified agile professional, Scrum Master with the experience passing the 10-year mark, domestically as well as internationally. Alex is focused on embedding innovation into organizations, where he has successfully implemented adaptability, adaptiveness, agile practices, facilitation, coaching, and mentoring. Has been teaching Scrum. He's been a big, I guess, proponent and coach of large-scale Scrum and Nexus. Also understands Kanban and XP really well, and he has done an array of engagements, including some of the well-known global organizations such as Luxoft, Credit Suisse, USB, T-Travel, just to name a few, Global Logic, which I actually happen to know as well. So he will be sharing his personal experience and experience of his own country people in the period of pretty challenging crisis. So I would not like to steal any heat and any beans from him. So let me pass the baton over to him so he can pick up the story and tell us what he has. Okay, Alex, over to you. Please take it off.
Thanks a lot, Gene. Thanks for the introduction. First of all, I'm very glad to meet you all, to see you all, and thanks for investing your time in this discussion. Appreciate any attention I can get as a coach, as a Ukrainian. So basically telling the stories. Sorry, my throat, and not only my stories, but also a story of my friends, my colleagues. A lot of stories, a lot of observations, and kind of brief comparison to. As it was, mentioned in the agenda for this meeting, a lot of, comparison with, principles of large-scale Scrum adoption, Scrum values, because we are, community of change agents. I think those kind of those learnings and the key takeaways from the discussion would be very very interesting to listen, and it will just help you on the way, maybe in your companies, your transformation. And I hope you will never face what we are facing, but some learnings we can do already. So I was just about to ask a bit of interaction. Maybe I have a presentation already, but maybe one sentence, one key point from you in the chat of what you would like to hear from me. Maybe you were thinking about something when you were reading the agenda. Maybe you can share with me, and I can, as we are teaching the adaptiveness, I would adapt to your expectations a bit. If it's something different from what I want to say, and I will in a second share my presentation.
Folks, feel free to ping in the chat if there's like at least one bullet that really wants, really deserves your attention, and you want it to be covered by Alex. I think that's what his ask was.
Yeah. Sorry for my English. It may seem specific because I'm from Ukraine, and still it's shifting in my head. I'm thinking in 3 languages, I guess, maybe even 4, because I know Ukrainian, Russian, Polish, and English. So some terms are sometimes just in different language. I'm trying to translate. Okay, I hope you're seeing what I want you to see. It's like a cover. This is the topic for today, the main topic, and the large one, the systemic adaptiveness of Ukrainian people during crisis. And as Dean said, why am I talking about this? My name is Alex Boratinsky, and I'm an agile coach, business agility expert, and business resilience expert already for this year, a bit more than a year. I became one because I had a lot of different projects, and I actually switched them as a consultant, during the past year. The most famous company I was working with is, I guess, Luxoft, GlobalLogic, big Swiss banks, UBS, Credit Suisse. It was in London, it was in Poland, with startups as a slated. They are from US, Emerge. It's a big logistics startup. I love Emerge a lot because we made almost less huge case. I admire them because of the technical excellence, and things we did together. Yeah, I'm checking the chat. Привіт. Here, first-hand account of events as opposed to perspective of news media. Sure, who's living abroad, I'm aware of the channel, but would love learn experience in relation to agile. Sure. So I would say about key takeaways, and I can say that the most of the topics that I plan for today is on the screen, right? It's important of a necessity of clear communication, is a volunteering phenomena of our society, our people, our business, government and society, coordination, integration. Adaptiveness of energy distribution. As you know, we had we had to survive this winter there was a lot of blackouts all around Ukraine, and we actually not only survived but succeed to stabilize all the system. So it would be the interesting thing. A way of servant leadership. Personally, my way in agile is also to coach leaders in terms of the aspects of servant leadership and how to follow such principles. That's the 7 principles. There's a very famous book about it, and examples from our government, from society also. And I guess, because of your request, I will tell more about how we tackle all the problems with the leaders that I was working with, and I'm as a leader how I tackle with my people, with my agile chapters I was leading, and communities I was leading. So also short feedback loops and constant learning, how this is important, self-organization and cross-functional teams, of course, that allow us actually to beat more resourceful and strong aggressor and enemy, and of course system thinking examples that save hundreds and hundreds of lives. It's not only business case when system thinking gets in hand, but it's actually works on the scale of the country, on a global scale. So let's go and let's go one by one. I think so. The first thing I'm about to say is about communication and transparency of the communication. So basically, what was done, or my story, not even what was done, my own story, right? I've woke up around 5 in the morning from everything blowing up in the air around. So it was a missile strike, but the important thing that I've tried already, to call my mother, my sister. They're all in different cities, and all relatives, all friends, and everything was working. So basically, after this, the day was, it was a bit of panic, but um, I've just get to the messenger and looking for the news, and there was our president who was saying like, "We are all here. Here's like, I am president. Here is my there's people, there's vice president, everything like diplomats, everyone around me. We are here. We are staying with Ukrainian people. We will win." So, and we were like, that was a huge relief because of the actually uh, ability to see the message from our leader, the communication from our leader, and it was, I was able to actually run fast to the cash machine, get some cash, like additional one. So banking system was working. I was able to go to the supermarket, to the shop, and get some groceries, buy something at home, before going to the shelter. We were actually able to do a lot of things, and the 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 network connection, the cell connection was stable, and internet was there. So basically, people were they had ability to communicate, to understand news, to fill the gaps with information. So the panic was reduced by the ability, by the availability of communication. And there is a story actually. At that time, I had a project where one of the engineering manager, he was actually interviewing people in the middle of the day, 21st of February. They were from America, and he was interviewing people, right, sitting in a shelter, like in a basement, and just asking questions and etc. So because work should go on, of course, we did some preparation with our leaders. We were thinking, we were monitoring the news before, thinking about the some alternative plan for our people if something will happen. So they will move around the country, they will move somewhere, and we need also some communication with them. So we all provided a policy that everyone should install Signal. This is a messenger that is available for even with kind of a low quality internet, and the most communication were through Signal, like, where are you guys, what is happening. So people were just clearly available through the Signal. We provided something like a spreadsheet. Where are you going? What are you planning? And whether you're staying, do you need some help from us? And people were like just adding some information to the form. If they need some help, we were trying to get anything like from our network, anything that could help, a vehicle, a truck, food, shelter, basically kind of synchronizing people one with another. So the importance of communication. From our side, we provided a Signal. We did alternative way of like payment system, because in case the Ukrainian banking system will collapse, we just agreed that we will use Pioneer, and everyone agreed that. So it was like strategic kind of steps in terms of failover. But our government also was kind of basically telecom providers. They were also preparing for those cases, and in such a way that I have a relative that is actually in telecom provider. They provided like generators in like key points around the city, to provide like stable signal, and they were just monitoring situation also 24/7, and they still do. They did it till the end of this winter. So basically, they were monitoring the signal, where it is, and the like 5 to 7 like key points around the city should be always covered with like internet. And of course, it's not only, you know, this. Like from the first day, we started to ask our prime minister of digital transformation. He was asking like Elon Musk, you know, for Starlinks, and a lot of work was done to actually provide Starlinks. I actually sitting right now in a house where near the Starlink, and I don't know if there are so many Starlinks in America than we have because we were receiving some like a charity, like a help. Some countries were buying it for us, and we were buying for ourselves, you know, because of course, first of all, it was going to our defenders, but you know, in every apartment, in every